Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
You know what? The day I'm gonna change this plate, you know, this thing, I'm gonna disturb more than one of you. I really think so. Oh, and also my pillows, you know, the day I'm gonna change this one, the famous egg pillow that I'm taking, you know, even without really thinking about it, just because I need something to hug, you know, because I'm feeling bad or sad and something like that. You're gonna be disturbed. If one day I'm gonna change this pillow or this plate, you're gonna be disturbed. Okay, stop. Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Rick and Morty season 5 episode 8. Today normally I'm gonna have the time to watch the 3 last episodes of this season 5, and after that I'm gonna be like you guys, I'm gonna discover the season 6 like you guys you discovered not so long ago, and after that I'm gonna be like you waiting for the new season to come. No, it's not snowing anymore, so that's why I'm not like that anymore. Really, when I edited these reaction videos, I want to say that I'm sorry, you know, that I know that my intro, my review, everything was a total mess because of that. I know it, and I want to say that I'm sorry. But am I really sorry? No, because I think that it was also for you a proof that when I tell you that I'm an hypersensitive person, you know, that I was diagnosed like that, you have the proof. Like, it's not just being emotional when I'm watching a show, when I'm watching a movie, because a scene is making me emotional, you know, because they bring the picture, they bring the music, they bring the emotions, you know, on the faces of these characters. Okay, I'm getting emotional because of that, because they want me to get emotional, but also because I'm hypersensitive, and when it's snowing, I'm not just getting excited, I'm so excited that I can't focus on anything else. And it's like that for everything, you know. Not for everything, because clearly my days would be exhausting, and it was, you know, at a rough period of my life, you know, when I had trouble to not to contain but to deal with my emotions. It was the case. Now 90% of the time it's okay, but 10% of the time, when it surprises, you know, for good or bad emotions, sometimes, you know, it triggers me and I can go like that. Clearly, snow, it played, you know, with excitement, with the feeling excitement for me, and I went really like that. I was too excited about it. And, you know, for something else, like if I have a surprise, a bad surprise, something which is happening, you know, something bad which is happening with my car, you know, something is breaking it or something like that, it's not just like most of the people, I'm gonna get mad, you know, it's annoying, I didn't need that, and oh, no, for me it's gonna be the end of my life. Like, I'm gonna have the impression that really, that's it, nothing is okay into my life, nothing is never okay with my life, everything is happening just to me, you know, like that, because I'm hypersensitive, and, you know, I'm taking things like that not so well. Stop! Today I'm gonna watch the 3 last episodes of this season 5. I'm excited to discover them, but at the same time I don't know, you know, I don't know what to think about this season 5. I know that most of you guys, you had weird feelings, you know, about the season 4. A lot of you told me in the comments that during the season 4, the writers, they lost themselves a little, that some episodes were really lame, some episodes were good, you know, like usual, but some episodes were really lame. Me, if I have to be honest, you know, before that, in each season, I saw something, you know, with the way that the writers were writing each episode and the entire season. we had a logic with that, with the way of writing the entire season to make a progression, you know, a development for the characters, Rick and Morty mostly, but also to make an evolution, you know, something, you know, for the story, like for example for the relationship between Beth and Rick. We had things like that all along the season at some point. Like, I saw things that the writers were doing for the entire season, and also with the way that they were building the season, I saw a logic behind that and all. For this season 5, I don't see that, you know. Each episodes were great and they worked on me. You saw it with my reaction videos. I really appreciated them. But for the entire season, if I have to judge the entire season, I'm not so sure, you know, that we had a real evolution for any of the characters. Jerry is like Jerry, you know, like always. Beth is like herself, you know, like always. Summer the same. Rick the same. We had some bad episodes for Rick. I mean by that he came back, you know, to his bad side, to drinking and all. We had some bad episodes for him. Morty, we had more about him growing up. We had a lot of things about Morty growing up, Morty having his first kiss, Morty having his first time, you know, stuff like that. So Morty evolved, but really for the way that this season was written, I don't see any purpose, you know, behind that, anything. When before that, each time I was seeing, you know, their way of thinking of the situation. So right there, to watch the 3 last episodes on the same day, on the same binge watching, it's also for a reason, you know, for me to enjoy my session of binge watching for sure, but also to see if I'm gonna have that, you know, what I want for this season, what I miss for this season during these 3 last episodes, maybe together, maybe only the 2 last ones, I don't know. But for now, I don't see something like that. And also, I think that I have that weird impression about the season 5, because for me, we are used for Rick and Morty writers to really push the limits of everything, for really creating weird situations and things which are not moral, you know, legal and stuff like that. But I have the impression that this season they went really far with that. For sure, I'm thinking about the giant incest baby, but not only that, other things like that. And you know, we have plenty of stuff unresolved, for sure Rick's background, but also I'm thinking about the Beth, like, we're not really talking about the other one anymore. I'm thinking for sure about Birdperson, like, I don't know, a lot of unresolved things that they really didn't talk about during this season. A lot of weird situations which were maybe going too far. You know, again, not only the incest baby, but the entire episode about the incest baby. Again, if we have to think about it, that battle in Vegas with all of what was happening right there. I'm not even talking about the turkey episode, like, you know, it has been a lot this season. Not that it was too much for the episode itself, but again, if you're thinking about the entire season like that, no real purpose behind it, if not, let's go insane and that's all. Logic between episodes, logic between characters, things for the characters to make them evolve, things for the story, we don't need that. At least for now, that's my impression and that's what I'm gonna pay attention to during these 3 final episodes. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now. I'm gonna watch this episode 8 right now. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon, on which you can have episodes of Rick and Morty in advance. For Rick and Morty, I think that it's 5 episodes of advance, which means more than 2 weeks. It's really a lot. And we've extended our 4 action part. 4 action part, it's a 4 action part. And extended our action parts, I'm saying it each time, I'm not forced to cut each 5 seconds, I'm not forced to play with opacity and stuff like that. So if you want all of these advantages, it's on my Patreon. And if you want to support me also, it could be appreciated It's on my Patreon. You can subscribe only for 1 month, you know, if you don't want or if you can't support me for longer than that. Let's go for this episode.
Ionic coaster deployed.
Bring him out.
Birdperson.
Initiating best friend rejuvenation sequence.
Alright, buddy. Welcome back to the sewer.
Missing object in mind.
Name missing object.
Mind.
Where is it?
Conscious mind relocated to
Unconscious mind. Fine. I'm going in.
suggestion.
Into his mind? It's an episode just for you, really?
Go in and get him.
Meant for you and Birdperson?
Convert user to thought. Inject thought into mind. Risk level unacceptable.
What was that thing? What is happening right now?
Factor in the 50% chance I'm lying and make sure I get back.
Asshole detected.
Takes one to make one. Here we go. Oh, excellent. I get to keep my clothes. I thought for sure I'd have to be naked.
I'm glad. Nothing to blur.
Oh man, no fair.
Not fair. And it's his mind?
I've been informed you are freely distributing grossly illegal federation.
It's a memory! Woo! We're gonna know more about your past.
My culture regards mating as a form of cage. My friends call me Birdperson.
The day you met.
Killing us won't bring her back. Thanks for the info.
Bring her back, your wife.
You omitted key details regarding tonight's mission.
The Ricks of the Citadel killed your wife?
If you help me do my stuff, I'll help you do your stuff. Just shoot the bees with sci-fi haircuts.
Okay, you're going from a memory to another one.
We could also just evolve into yelling.
Scratchy scratch!
If you know me and it looks like you do, you know you're dead. I know why you haven't pulled the trigger. You're wondering why I'm old and naked. Don't take this badly. You're a memory of me assembled by our best friend's mind. And you're putting it together because he remembers you as smart. Do I have free will? Who does? Ha! Hey!
You, a version of him in his memories.
I'm coming with. Now that I know my life is a lie. Wow, you really are 35. Hey, look over there.
I'm drinking! Don't do that! It's dangerous.
What kind of feed do you like?
I enjoy grains.
The day you met Pammy, it's too much, I can't drink and focus.
Existence undergoing contemplation. Perspective required. Hi, good afternoon.
Is someone talking to me?
Yes.
This house.
Hello. I am Rick's garage. Not the physical structure itself, but the AI.
We're really gonna...
Oh, is it Iron Man?
Ha ha ha. Oh, I wish. Ha. Are you a Marvel fan?
Who is it?
It is like
This
we are
stranger
best
is gonna
friends.
help?
Are you familiar with basic engineering?
This is moving really
Let's
fast.
cut to the chase. I will suck your dick.
Hypothetical grandson we go on adventures with. You're one of those creeps who moves in with abandoned adult bats. More complicated than that. You live with a version of our dead daughter. It didn't matter. Get off your high horse.
I knew it! That's my theory! Your real daughter died with your wife, you want
on my way to save a very old, very real friend after a lifetime of reality.
on a reality where Beth was abandoned by her Rick.
We have a Vietnam? That's fucking cool. Why am I saving a friend that remembers me?
You just said it!
Horrible.
I need to make another break, I can't concentrate on what you're saying. Is it for real? Are you playing with me? That's the face of confusion, you know, like if you want to take that face and to put it, you know, into the dictionary, you have to put it at being confused.
Buddy, this is not a safe way to work on yourself. At this point, I'd support you joining Scientology.
I came here to end it all.
I hope you didn't think it'd be as easy as this.
I did not.
We didn't need to see that again. Birdperson. You really did that? You know the fact that you wanted to see that memory with Tammy? I think that it's just heartbroken because she betrayed him and all. That's a real war. Oh, the music is cool! You were already best buddies.
For the rest of our life, right?
Ah.
That kicked ass. Let's move.
The Battle of Blood Ridge is over. The Federation lost. I am in your debt.
Come with me. Anywhere. Everywhere.
Rick, I don't expect you to keep fighting, but this war is...
Far from over. I can take you right now to this same battlefield in a universe where we lost, or another where we won. None of it matters.
Then why did you help?
Because I respect you. You to know you could respect me.
You did that for him?
matters.
Okay, you matter. To me.
The relationship that we
I never
have
use that word.
is not worth my
Oh
integrity.
my god. It's a complicated transaction.
If you need me, use the beacon.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that beacon a lot.
You were best friends.
Okay, got it. Wasn't the battle that went wrong. Why the fuck are you risking your life for that asshole? Because you
He's
love him.
not an
I
asshole.
don't.
He's evolved enough to understand what Birdperson did. You're not, because you're an old version of him.
Thank you for bringing me here. It's so beautiful.
I got you.
Rick, have you teamed up with a memory of yourself?
Yes, and you're doing all of that just to be more with Tammy.
Is this a bad time to reveal I'm an undercover officer?
We
Who
know.
knows? You're dead.
Well, you're lucky my fiance remembers me as kind.
Hmm?
You don't want to process your grief and shame like a normal person by drinking and mistreating strangers.
No, Rick.
That's how you do it.
Sorry, but we do not get to choose the ones we love.
Why do you think I'm still fucking down here?
I died at my wedding, Rick. I am merely
No!
waiting to take effect.
Are you gonna tell him or what? I was getting to it. I bet she didn't even tell you about the kid.
About
I'm
the
sorry.
I was wondering, you're a memory. You know what he knows. And he doesn't know because an army of brainalizer protocols walled off any memories post-Phoenix
I
person.
wouldn't know the
The
name
kid?
Their father would be a terrorist. They'd be a fugitive or contained.
Listen, if you won't live for yourself, live for the half bird person, half megabits that's prison asteroid.
For real?
I would now like to live.
Perfect timing.
Oh, okay, everything is...
Shit, the bridge is out. You know
You can't create another bridge?
This is your best friend?
He is a complicated individual.
Look for any memories of my garage. God, I hope one's still up.
You did that into his garage?
My work-
On the night we met?
That's what some closets
You met?
Come on, I'm really counting on your attention to detail here.
Rick Sanchez, you're under arrest for making me spend 2 years in high school.
We'll have to do some creative memory shit to get out of here. The exits when we met at
The fact that we have one Tammy inside.
But what related memories do we share? Heavy on anger and sadness.
Dear Dude's funeral.
Oh, that was sad.
Billy, dear to Sancti.
The memories, just run them over.
Hey, wait, is that your head?
Ah!
With his older brother.
Hugely important context.
Okay.
And she just gets real in there. You know, that real nasty squad.
Oh my god, I'm a memory. Just sat through all that stand-up for nothing.
Yeah.
Almost out. Hey, listen, everybody. My name's Rick, and this is my new friend, Birdman, and his friends. We all just met at this festival.
You had a group?
As if I'd ever let you escape me.
Yeah, living's overrated.
You're not really living, you're a memory.
No, fuck, we were even. You got a pretty cool memory of me.
Yes, the guy that he met was pretty cool.
No time, pal. Might be time to do the thing.
Really did love you.
I loved you too.
You did?
Goodbye, Samantha. Thank you for not giving up on me.
Great, you can pay me back literally right now.
Okay, Tammy. I'm not just gonna let you.
Holy shit, wow. Holy shit. Thank you, Rick. Wait. Let me hop back over to my body.
Your
We're
boss
baby.
back.
Rick and Birdperson, 100 years. What do you think? Tie this one off by tying one on?
Not tonight. Was there really a second in there where you knew about my child but chose not to inform me? Might then grow too busy child rearing to hang out?
Oh,
He wanted to keep you as a pet.
I will see you when I see you.
You're alive, you're okay, you're yourself again.
What the? You said...
Get out of here, weirdo.
No!
A weird stranger.
A nice one! Is a kid? A yellow shirt? Like Morty?
it looks like you propagated yourself from BP's subconscious to mine to try to live as a sentient memory. Fair enough. I did assume you'd hate me for trying to live. You've got this wild callousness thing going on. Yeah, you're young. Bring you to life and get a beer. Does being real mean I eventually
Bring
become
you to life?
Assume, yeah.
I hope that I understood that wrong. Oh, this episode? It was too much? Too many informations? Too many things? my tea. That's... They confirmed my theory, right? You know my theory about Rick. For me, that Rick lost his wife and his daughter into his reality, and then he went into another reality in which one Beth lost her dad. So that's why, you know, Beth, she saw Rick disappearing and Rick reappearing without any reason. And that's why also when they switched realities with Morty a few years after that, you know, it didn't disturb Rick at all, because in fact it was not the first time that he switched, you know, from a family to another. Right there, he told you, he asked you if you are one of these Ricks who are going for abandoned Beth. I think that they didn't confirm it. You know, I was so excited during this moment. If I have to reconsider what happened, you talked together and he asked you that question, but you never said yes, it was that, it was truly that. But the fact, you know, that they mentioned it, that they mentioned that possibility, the writers, during that question, during that moment, for me, I'm taking it as a confirmation of my theory. My heart is like that! I'm too excited about that, you know. Birdperson, you went into Birdperson mind. You managed to get him out, that's cool. Because he has a child, because he has a daughter, we saw her at the end. So cool! I think that she's gonna be cool. She's gonna be a cool character to have, to discover, to meet and all. So cool. Into Birdperson mind, he was just going from a memory to Tammy to another one because he was truly in love with her. She said that at some point she was truly in love with him also. I'm glad. And I'm ready, Tammy, to not just hate you. But he was so heartbroken and all that he was ready to kill himself, you know, to destroy his own mind. It's a lot. And yes, maybe Rick didn't tell him about his kid before because maybe he had some hope that Birdperson would do it, would save himself without knowing that, so it would mean that he would stay with Rick as his pal, as his best friend. And we know Rick, with parenting and all, maybe he didn't want that for his friend, maybe it was just a selfish thing to keep his friend with him. That moment, you know, after the war situation, Rick wanted to continue to go on war situations with his friend, even in other realities and all, just to stay with him, just to do cool things with him and all, when Birdperson knew he wanted to continue his life. And you know, it's interesting because our Rick right now understood that and was okay with that. And he said, you love him, you know, to the other Rick. Like, Rick right now can understand why Birdperson said that, did that, and is okay with it, and he still loves Birdperson. When Rick, the young version of Rick, was really frustrated about that moment, discovering that moment, was mad at Birdperson, was not okay with the situation, you know, was treating him like an asshole and all. So clearly it means that our Rick evolved enough to not be that impulsive person anymore, that person who would erase another person from his life just like that. And it means that our Rick right now, he knows the persons, you know, that he loves and for what reasons, and that things can't change that, you know, all of that. It's really cool to see that evolution. What did we learn more about Birdperson? How they met, how Birdperson and Rick met. That was cool. That group, you know, that you were, who went on mission together. The fact that Birdperson, you asked him to help you with your stuff. You were fighting against Ricks, and someone said killing them, it's not gonna make her come back. Meaning, Rick's wife. I really think that I'm right with my theory. Like, I'm retaking this episode like they confirmed it. It's not the case, but it's just pushing me to believe even more into my theory. Rick, you know, I'm thinking the young version of Rick, the older version of Rick. Right there at the end, to see that young Rick with the yellow shirt, like Morty is wearing a yellow shirt. You know that it was one of my theories at some point, already season 1 and 2, something like that, that maybe Morty was Rick, you know, but young. That maybe we had a time traveling situation or something like that. After that, we had one episode in which we saw Rick as a teenager, and I was like, no, that's it. We have Rick as a teenager, we can see how he looks like, so it can't be possible. But right there, the fact that again we have that, you know, that yellow shirt, I don't know. I mean, no, it's not. Morty is gonna become Rick, not at all. But I remember still that the nemesis, you know, of Rick, I can't remember his name. The Dracula from the ocean. You've got who I meant. That guy, seeing Morty, he said, oh, normally it's another kid with you. You know, he named that kid. I can't remember the name of that kid for now. But I was already like, weird. You were with another kid at some point? Rick, can it be that kid that we saw in the picture, you know, into Birdperson place? Is it someone else? Maybe a son that you add into your first reality? I don't know. Just to tell you that I still have that information into my mind and I'm still working on it sometimes. This episode was a lot. You know, I told you during the intro that I loved all of the episodes of this season so far, but I thought, you know, like I had mixed feelings about the entire season, when really I loved the other seasons for how they were built, and I mean really how they were built, how they were written, because I was seeing, you know, the writer's purpose behind it, for the evolutions of the characters, for the story also, to make situations evolve, to make relationships evolve and all. And also with the way that they were building things, you know, really building the season, I was seeing something for the last seasons. Right there for this season 5, this episode is not gonna change the fact that I can't see how they built this season, you know. I have the impression that they chose more to push the limits of everything in each episode and to just enjoy themselves without really thinking about it. Something which can be great, but I think that they can do more than that, and they proved that they can do more than that, so that's why I was like that, you know, I had mixed feelings. Right now I'm glad that we have an entire episode about Rick, about Birdperson, about their memories, to discover more about their past, to have new information and all. That's what I wanted. To talk about some unresolved situations that we have into this show. And I mentioned Birdperson and Rick's past, you know, talking about that during the intro, so clearly, writers, you want for the situations that I mentioned in just one episode, that's great. Did they answer to everything? No, for sure not about Rick's past, but they resolved Birdperson situation, which is great. So it's cool, it's really a cool episode. It was unexpected. I made breaks during this episode. I made at least 2 breaks. You know, normally I can talk and I can read and see what's happening on screen, and that's why I'm not making any pause, but right there it was so much, you know, like it was big information, so I couldn't do it. I had to make breaks really to process things. Oh, so cool. For sure I'm gonna put the 4 action part for this episode on my Patreon if you can be interested by that, because clearly I reacted a lot. I'm not even sure that on YouTube I'm gonna be able to put, you know, the breaks that I took and all of what I said during these breaks, you know, because of that. We'll see. So cool. Okay, it's all for this episode. I'm gonna watch 2 more episodes, the 2 last episodes of this season 5. If they are the same, you know, it's gonna be something. I was not prepared. So, it's all for you for this video, and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.